Good morning. Sit up nice and tall. Root through your sit bones, lengthen through your crown. Get the wiggles out. Let's start with rolling our shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Nice, big, exaggerated rolls. Let your whole body get into the shoulder roll, moving through your spine. Let's go the other direction. Back up, forward. Big and exaggerated. Shrug your shoulders way up high. Bring your elbows up and out. Let your chest lift. Let your back round. And then bring yourself to a tall spine, hands in your lap. Flip your hands over to palms up. Bringing them up close to your hips. Lengthening through the crown, root through the sit bones. And I just want you to pelvic tilt forward and back, kind of moving your butt, your upper body towards the pubic bone and then towards the tailbone. Trying to keep your head and chest in alignment and just utilizing the pelvic tilt to forward and back. Imagine that when you go forward, you're spilling out your organs out the front of your pelvic bowl. And imagine that when you go backward, they're spilling out the back, or they're pressing up against the back of the chair. And then find neutral. And settle into your breath for a moment. I want you to do a little body scan starting at the crown of your head, down over your forehead, your ears, your jaw, your chin, the back of your neck, throat, over the clavicles, down your upper shoulder, upper back, upper chest, upper arm, mid chest, mid back, elbows, hips, through the hips to the thighs, the forearms, the hands, the fingers, the knees, the shin, the calves, the ankles, tops of the feet, down over the toes and into the sole of the foot. Slowly reverse that process from the sole of the foot to the crown of the head. Naming them off, ticking them off on a tape in your brain. Moving your awareness all the way back up through the body, through the head, and out the top. So my little picture, my little quote that I put out for today's class was about anything that you do with awareness to the feeling can be considered yoga. I want you to really tune into the feeling of your practice today, whether it be a physical feeling, emotional, mental. Tune into how you feel. Drop your head forward, open up the back of your neck. Take your shoulders down and a little bit backwards. And then start to roll your head side to side slowly. Make it a little bit faster, a little bit bigger. Bringing your ear from side to side, but do it nice and slow. Keeping those shoulder blades activated in the back, drawing them down and inward towards each other. And then pause with your ear to the right side. Take your left hand, lift it off of your thigh. Start to lead with your thumb and open it up to the outside. Like you have a tray of drinks. Keeping your palm flat, fingers wide. Nice big breaths. How does it feel? How is your pelvic tilt? Have you started to tilt your pelvis forward or back? Tuck your chin and start to roll back to center. Bring the hand back in, roll over to the left side. Lift the right hand and take it thumb leading out. Relax your shoulder, down and back. Breathe. Tuck your chin and roll back to center. Pause at center, bring your hand back in. Flip your hands over onto your thighs. Slide your hands down your thighs towards your knees. Shrug the shoulders up towards your ears. Draw your belly in as if you're rounding over a bowling ball. Breathe into your upper back. And we're going to breathe with some motion. Inhale, draw the shoulders and arms back. Lift the chest. Exhale and round back over that bowling ball. Arms slide out. Inhale, lift the heart towards the chin, sky, head up, shoulders squeeze together. Exhale, round forward. Inhaling up. Tilting the pelvis forward when you come forward. Tilting the pelvis back when you exhale. So tilting the pelvis forward when you inhale and lift. Tilting the pelvis back when you exhale and round over. On your next inhale, bring yourself to tall spine. Hands in your lap, arms at your sides. Flip your hands back over and take them forward. Out, palms up, holding that drink tray in front of you. You have two separate trays. You're going to inhale and open them out to the side. Lead with your thumbs. Exhale, draw them back in together. Inhale, open. Exhale, close and cross one over the other. Inhale, open. Exhale, close and cross the other one on top. Inhale, open. We're going to do two more crosses. Exhale, cross one over the top. Inhale, open. Exhale, cross the other one over the top. Inhale, relax down, lengthen through the spine, roll the shoulders out, shake the arms out, turn the head around, roll the shoulders, whatever feels good and appropriate. Scooch my blanket out of the way. Come forward on the seat of your chair slightly. Bring your right foot up. And I want you to take your left hand right into the ankle curve. And I want you to gently flex your right foot. I want you to find that neutral pelvis. You're not letting it spill backwards by rounding, and you're not letting your low back arch and spill forward. Find neutral spine, neutral pelvis. Get that passive stretch just by being in that position to begin with. Find your awareness through your body. How does it feel? How do you feel? We're going to come forward in five stages. So we're going to do an inch at a time forward. And at any time you need to stop, that's fine. Take a deep breath. Come forward an inch. Flat back. Deep breath. Forward an inch. Keep lengthening through the crown as we come forward. Deep breath. Forward an inch. Feel the change in the body. Deep breath. Forward for inch number 4, staying tall. Root through the sit bones. Really push the sit bones down. Last one, deep breath. Forward another inch. Lengthen. Imagining that you're trying to keep that pelvis as neutral as possible, while not allowing it to fall forward. Pressing through the sit bones, lengthening your low back, lengthen through the crown of your head. Not yanking on your ankle, but holding it to keep it up on the knee. Then lengthen your right arm next to your ear overhead. Draw the belly in, reach through the fingertips. Breathe. One more breath. Bring the arm down into the crook of your hip on the right side. Rotate to the right, opening your shoulder out, bringing your left shoulder forward, right shoulder back. Turn your head over the right shoulder. Breathe. Head comes back first, shoulders follow. We're still in that 5th or whenever you had to stop, inch forward. Round your belly, shoulders over. Roll yourself up. Stack one vertebrae on top at a time. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Release that leg. Shake it out. We're going to do the other one. Left leg up. Putting your right hand right in the curvature of your ankle. Flex the foot of the left foot. Just helping to hold that up there without yanking on it. You have a little bit of activation in your right arm. Check your pelvis. Make sure that it's not spilling forward or spilling back. Even on both sit bones. Even front to back. Passive stretch for that lifted leg. Breathe. We're going to come forward in our 5-inch increments. Again, stop anytime you need to. Deep breath, lengthen tall. Exhale, forward about an inch. Deep breath in. Exhale, forward about an inch. Deep breath in. Exhale, forward about an inch. We have one more to go. Nice deep breath. Exhale forward about an inch and hold. Check your pelvis. Press through the sit bones. Feel lengthening in the low back. You have to draw the belly in to press those sit bones down. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Left arm is going to inhale right next to that left ear. Reach to the fingertips. Breathe. Nice big even breaths. Core is activated because you have weight up over your head. Last breath, bring that arm down, put the index finger right in the crook of your hip. Rotate shoulders, right one forward, left one back. Whole body's turning to the left, turn your head over the left shoulder. can engage through those glutes to help support. You don't have to go completely relaxed. Starting with the head turning forward, shoulders follow. Draw the belly in, round the shoulders over, start to roll yourself up into a flat back. All the way up tall, release that foot and shake it out. Yay! Alrighty, we're gonna stand and do some of our balance. So you might want to get a block book, something that can support you that's that's lower. Like, I don't know, was that 6 inches? I don't know my sizes, but something that can support you a little bit, that's a little bit lower. A couple of books stacked on top of each other would help, but we don't need it right this minute. I just want you to start thinking about it. So bring the chair to one of your
We lost sound. We lost sound.
Have your hands on your hips, one on the chair. Try not to death grip the chair. Work towards a soft grip. Find a focal point. Flex your foot. And then from the hip joint, rotate toes out. Toes up. Toes slightly in. Back to toes up. Point your toe and you can touch your big toe again if you'd like. Breathe. Find that focal point. Embrace that wiggle. We're going to switch legs. Bring that leg down. Give you a break for standing on one leg. I know that you hip joint repairs don't love one legs for very long. I wish I had a coffee maker in my studio at the moment. So you can move the chair, turn around, whichever you'd want to do. I'm just going to turn off to the side. So switch your weight to the other foot. Bring your forefoot forward and then lift. Have everything lengthened up tall. Draw the abs in. Just have the big toe touching. Maybe you have a big toe and the second toe. You need a little more support. Try and work on releasing the death grip, whatever you're holding on to. Embrace the wiggle. Feel the wiggle in your foot. Feel it in your thigh. And flex your foot. From the hip joint, rotate toes, go out and up. And slightly toes inward. Feel that T-band stretch. Toes back up, and you can point your toe and return just the tip of your toe to the mat. Take a couple of nice deep breaths. Find that focal point. Balance and breathe. And return your foot to the floor. Shake out your legs. We're going to switch back to the other side. Weight on that foot. And instead of forward, we're going to take the foot to the outside. So you can be on the top of that, the outside edge of that outside foot. Once you got fairly balanced, start to lengthen up tall. Draw the belly in. If you do want to try and lift that leg, try not to lean over. Try and stay up tall. So if you lean over, you're not so much using the outside leg muscle to lift up. You're using the body weight counteract. So if you stay up tall, you actually start to use that leg muscle to lift that toe. Feel the difference. It's harder to do it this way. Drop it back down and relax the leg. Shake it out a little bit if you need to. You need to do it in little spurts. Breathe and flex the foot. From the hip joint, toes rotate up and out. Then forward. Then inward, like pigeon toe, slightly. Then forward again, point your toe, place it back down, slide it in. Walk it out. Switch back to the other side. Weight on the other foot. Take the toe out to the side to start. You've got some good amount of weight on that outside toe to start with. Lengthen through the crown, lengthen all the way up through the body. Find your balance on the supporting leg before you lift that outside foot slightly. Try not to lean over. Breathe. If you need to put it back down for a minute, check out your leg at any time. Do so. Lift, breathe, flex your foot. Hip joint rotate, toes up, toes forward, toes down, kind of pigeon-toed inward, toes back forward, point, push, put it back down and slide it in. Walk it out. Bring your chair in front of you, wide legs. We're gonna give that a moment to stretch out. Chair in front, feet about, chair width apart, hinge your hips, come forward, and just give those hips a little bit of love, side to side. We work the outer thigh, stretch the inner thigh. Just go as far as you can, just enough to feel that stretch, and then go back the other direction. Just like wagging your tail, back and forth, back and forth. I did a whole lot of sitting over the past week. My hips feel tight. My hips feel tired. So welcome to my hip journey. All right, we're going to take our hips to the right. Relax the left knee. Don't let the left knee lock out. And just take your weight forward and back until you find that sweet spot where it's a good stretch. It just feels so good. Not painful. It's a nice, good inner thigh stretch. All of the thigh muscles all the way around, front, back, sides, all come together into the hip joint. Get them all stretched out. The hip joint some space. All right, slowly start to slide the hips back to the center and then wag the tail back and forth. All right, take your hips left. Make sure that the right knee is soft. You're not locking it out. And then take your weight forward and back. Find that sweet spot where that stretch just feels good. Keep that micro bend in both knees. Breathe. Slowly squeeze your butt and bring them to the center. And wag side to side. You got some good outer thigh, got some good inner thigh. We're going to do the backs a little bit. So I want you to walk your feet right under your hips And then I want you to walk them back about one whole foot step, one whole length of a foot. Then I want you to push your butt back, push your hips back, keep your hands on either side of the chair, but roll them up to the top of the chair. Press your hips back, bend into your knees slightly. Get that back of your thigh stretch. Let your head relax through your arms. More stretch, straighten your legs a little bit more. Less stretch, bend into your knees a little bit more. Whichever you feel like you want. So if you want to alternate, like when we were sliding back and forth with our hips, you can just kind of do a little bend and straighten with your knees and get more of a static stretch, an active stretch. Or you can hold and just kind of wag side to side with the whole body, just weaving back and forth. Which one feels better? Tune in to how your body feels, which one it wants or does not want. Lift your head and torso up, bringing the weight of your body onto the hands. Step the left foot forward, right underneath the hip. Lift the right one behind you. And I actually want you, as you're lifting, I want you to bend that right knee. Point that right toe. Breathe. Stretch in the front a little bit. Bend the left one as much as you need to for support. Release that foot down. Under your hip, start to lift the left one with a bent knee, bending it in, opening up the front of your hip, pointing the left toe. Bend as much of the right knee for support as you need to. Try and press that knee up towards the ceiling. Bring it back down and relax. Shake out your legs. We're going to do a relaxed forward fold. So you can go to your forehead, your elbows, or just move the chair out of your way completely and just forward fold onto your thighs. Whichever one feels better. You can rock, you can sit still. Pull your belly in, slowly roll up. This is where I would like you to grab that item that is maybe 6 to 8 inches off of the floor. You can utilize one block the long way so both hands fit on it, or you can stack 2 blocks, or you can have individual blocks like so, or you can have a book or books or cans of corn or whatever. So back to our forward fold, we're going to place those right underneath our hands and allow our body to fold over, having that support. Elbows are bent, heads hanging. Inhale, lift your head and shoulders so you are like in a number 7, flat back. Exhale, back down. Inhale up. Exhale, back down. Inhale, come up to flat back. Step your right foot back. You're kind of in a lunge position. Now you can also use a footstool, chair. You could do this with a chair if you needed to be any higher. I'm actually laying my belly on my left thigh. I'm looking forward so that I keep my head and shoulders up, pushing into my right heel. Breathe. Engage through the core, step that foot back and let yourself hang. Inhale, flat back, lifting up. Exhale down. Inhale, flat back, lifting up. Exhale down. Inhale up, step the left foot back as far as you can, press into that heel. Lay your belly on that right thigh, squeeze the right glute. Head's looking forward to keep that flat back. Using whatever you've got here for your support. Again, you might be up higher than I, but you don't want to be all the way to the floor. Breathe. Press into that shin, that heel. Knee is soft. Squeeze the butt, engage the core, step that foot back underneath your hips and round yourself down. Inhale, flat back up. Exhale down. Inhale, flat back up. Exhale down. Bend into your knees. Lift your head and shoulders for that flat back. So the standing part of your number 7's all bent up. You have a nice flat back. Squeeze your butt. Breathe. Shoot yourself up. All the way up. Exhale down. Shake it out. All right, we're going to go ahead and go to the floor. You can get your stuff out of the way. I've got all kinds of great stuff. I've been reading about utilizing blocks for better support. So plan to use blocks when you come back. All right, laying on your back, draw your knees in, roll it around a little bit. We were up a lot longer than we normally are. Just a couple of things on the back before we go into our Shavasana. Roll out your spine. You can flop if you prefer flopping your knees, whichever you'd rather do. We're just going to do a couple of twists before we Shavasana. So keep your left knee up or bring it up if it wasn't. Straighten out your right leg. Give a nice flex of that right foot to keep your toes lifted. Take your right hand on the outside of that left thigh. Use your left hand as a press to help press you and roll you. Flattening your elbow and forearm on the floor on the left side. Roll your hips together to the right. Keep your glutes engaged to keep your hips stacked. If you want to have something underneath your inner thigh on the left to support, you can roll onto a pillow, a bolster. Both feet are flexed. You can stay here or you can straighten that left foot, left leg. Breathe. You can try and open your arms up into a T. You can try and do them into cactus. Bend the left knee if you straightened it. Engaging both glutes. Start to roll yourself back. Hips roll together. Take your left hand on your left knee. Run it down the shin, grabbing through your ankle. Open up that hip to the outside a little bit now. You can go to ankle, big toe, arch of the foot. Open that knee up and away from the body. And move it around a little bit. Find that sweet spot. And release the left foot to the floor. Draw the right knee up. Slide the left leg out straight. Left hand on the outside of the right thigh. Right hand on the floor, pressing into the palm and elbow as you roll left. Keep the hips stacked. Keep the right shoulder open. Both feet are flexed. Squeeze your glutes. As soon as you relax your glutes, you can kind of feel your hips compress on top of each other. And that may not feel real great, especially if you've had a surgery. So if you keep everything squeezed and activated, they stay stacked better. You can straighten your right leg or not. That's up to you. You can open your arms up into a T if you want to or not. That's up to you. How does it feel in your body? What is it telling you? Bend the knee if you straightened. Keep squeezing through the glutes as you roll yourself back. Take the right hand on the shin of the right leg and slide it down to as far as it feels comfortable and open that knee up out to the side as far as it feels comfortable. You may find doing hip work on the floor is more comfortable if you squeeze through the glutes the whole time for support. You may find relaxing it feels better. Release. Take the foot back down. Both feet flat on the floor. Walk your inner foot together and start to open up the knees and slide the soles of the feet together. So both soles are touching. Squeeze through your glutes if you need that support. If not, and you can relax, gives you more inner thigh stretch. Maybe feel good, may not feel good. If you squeeze the glutes, it will support that stretch a little bit more. It's more active stretch, but it's more supportive for the ligaments. You want to support your ligaments. You don't want to overstretch them. You don't want to feel pain. And then I want you to tilt your hips so you press your low back onto the floor. Relax your hip tilt. You can still squeeze your butt if you need to. But try and find that neutral hip again. Slide your right foot out straight. Then slide your left foot out straight. That's safer on the hips than trying to draw them together. Slide your left foot up. Slide your right foot up. Walk them to the outside edges. And find your position for Shavasana. Find your bolsters. Find your blankets. Find whatever that you need. You can put your shin or your calves on a chair if you want to, or a footstool. And let your knees relax together in the center, feet open. You can transition to a chair. Like you can transition to a couch. You can transition to a bed. I want you to find your comfortable position where you can relax through the whole being. You can relax the body. If you can relax the body, you can relax the breath. If you've ever noticed if the body's not relaxed or feels any pain or pressure or pull, then the breath has a hard time relaxing. You can relax the body, you can relax the breath. And if you can relax the breath, you can relax the mind. And if you can relax the mind, then you can tune in to how you feel. How you feel physically, any aches or pains, any rashes or itchiness, any muscular structure, bone structure that feels off. You can tune into your emotions, sadness, happiness, anger, something that might be below the surface that you can't tune into on a regular basis. You can tune into your mind, take captive the thoughts that float through your head. Relaxing through the crown of your head, the eyes, the jaw, down the back of your head and into your throat, down your spine, one individual vertebrae at a time, going all the way down through the mid back, through the low back, and into the sacrum, down to the tailbone. Relax the shoulders, down the arms, palms of the hands and fingers. Relax the chest, sides, the front. Relax into the shoulder blades. Relax the belly and the hips, the glutes, the thighs, into your knees and calves, ankles, and feet, through the soles of your feet. Feel the heaviness. Feel the release of that heaviness, as if it just melts away into the floor. Allow your mind to wander. Allow your mind to wander on a bright, sunny day. Where are you? Allow your mind to wander to trees and grasses. Allow your mind to wander to a picture perfect summer location. Allow your mind to wander and fill in the people that would be at this location that you're spending time with. Allow your mind to wander to the pets, the animals, the deep blue sky, wisps of clouds. Feel the warmth of the sun or the coolness of the shade. Allow your mind to wander and pick out all the details. The things that your eyes would see, the things that your ears would hear, the things that your nose would smell. And the things that your heart would feel. Don't bother picking it apart. Enjoy the moment. See the faces. Smell the flowers. Hear the laughter. Feel peacefulness. Feel love. Feel it as if it radiates from your body to those around you. And imagine that you are walking backwards in this vision. Slowly, people begin to walk off of your vision, walk out of view. Animals or pets begin to walk out of your vision. Trees release. The grasses and flowers release. The sun is so bright, it's as if it just brightens out everything before you, and all you see is bright white light. And you feel warmth of the sun. Allow yourself to bathe in that light, the clean, pure white light. Gently allow yourself to back out of that thought, back out of that vision, and to be at one with your body. Be at one with your breath. Be at one with the position of your body, the feet, the hands, the legs, the arms, the torso, the head. Feel the rise and fall of the chest. Hear the sounds in your room. Feel the breath in your nostrils. Take a nice deep breath, filling all the way up. And as you let go, begin to move. Hands, feet, wrists, ankles, knees, elbows, shoulders, hips, back, head, neck, creating motion in the body. Straighten out both your arms and legs. Arms overhead, legs out straight, and stretch in opposite directions, lengthening through the body. And gently relax. Gently draw one knee at a time into the body. Rolling over onto your side, stack your shoulders, hips, and knees. Give yourself a couple of breaths to let gravity transition. Take a moment to tune into how you feel after your practice compared to how you felt when we sat in that chair for the first time. We sat tall, we lifted through our crown, we moved. And how do you feel now in this supported fetal position? Gently press yourself up or walk yourself up to a seated position. Relax your hands in your lap, drop your head forward. And just as we started, roll your head side to side. Shoulders are relaxed this time. Go ahead and roll all the way to one side and then all the way to the other, back and forth. Pausing in the center, lift your head up to the ceiling and back all the way down into the chest. Nice and slow, up and down. Don't let your head just flop backwards. Nice and controlled. As your head is facing forward, start going to the right and to the left. Twisting through the neck. Shoulders and upper back is all relaxed. Head faces forward. Inhale, both arms up. Lengthening from sit bones through torso. Shoulders lift through fingertips. Exhale down. And last breath, deep breath up. Hands come together overhead. Exhale them down to your chest as you let your eyes flutter open, and namaste.